En el contexto de la guerra de Israel contra Hamás y el drama humanitario en Gaza, en nombre de la infancia habló Unicef. Advirtió que secuestrar niños es una grave violación de sus derechos. El Fondo de Naciones Unidas para la Infancia reiteró su llamado a que sean liberados y regresados a sus seres queridos. Y también advirtió que niños y familias enteras en Gaza se han quedado sin agua y se ven obligadas a usar agua contaminada de pozos, aumentando el riesgo de contraer algún tipo de infección. Más temprano conversé con el vocero de este organismo de Naciones Unidas.
Well, the bombardment continues for children. There literally just seems to be nowhere safe for the hundreds of thousands of children in Gaza. The number of children being reportedly killed is rising on the hour. Hospitals, I mean, we're looking at a potential collapse of the entire health system there in Gaza. You can't run a hospital, Gabi, without fuel for intensive care. You certainly can't live in a city under bombardment without water. So it's a hellish place to be, and you've got citizens and children just trying to find somewhere safe.
How about your humanitarian teams? Are they able to give any help, any assistance, considering the borders are still closed to even humanitarian aid?
Yeah, it's very difficult, but yes, I mean, I have very brave UNICEF colleagues in Gaza. Many of them have families in Gaza. So, of course, they're both, trying to get medical supplies to hospitals, which is a thing UNICEF does. A lot of psychological help we're doing. We've got an entire area of traumatized children. So UNICEF is still able to do these things, but these colleagues, of course, are also trying to keep their own families safe. And we urgently need to replenish our stocks. We need to get in more purification tablets for water, more medical kits, more emergency medical supplies. And we can't do that until we get this humanitarian corridor. And it's something since last Saturday, UNICEF has been saying a ceasefire, let people get to safety, and let UNICEF and so many other organizations get these emergency supplies to children who desperately need them.
And we need to remind our viewers that around half of the population in Gaza are children.
Yeah, it's staggering. It's one of the most densely populated places on the planet right now. I'm sure your viewers will have seen entire neighborhoods that have been destroyed. Many of these are residential areas. 500,000 children living there. It's not uncommon to me to speak to someone in Gaza, much less a 15-year-old or a 35-year-old who's never left. This is their reality, but right now is a reality that even the most resilient child or adult in Gaza has never seen before. This is nightmarish and it's catastrophic and it's ongoing. That's the saddest thing. No matter how many times we call to get humanitarian aid in or for a ceasefire, it's not happening. And we keep reminding, we are also so desperate to get the 100+ people who were taken hostage and are probably in Gaza, who need to be back in Israel. Those Israelis, of which there are, quite a few children, need to be back with their families, with their loved ones. That also has to happen. So many decision makers right now need to take a step back from the precipice and just consider those who don't have a voice in all of this, which is children.
How confident are you? What do you know in terms of the ongoing negotiations to allow for a ceasefire and have thousands of people evacuate even the areas that Israel has already warned its citizens of Gaza to leave?
Well, look, today was the big day of hope, Gabi. Today was the day that there really was a sense that that border crossing with Egypt would open and essential humanitarian supplies, life-saving. When you've got a place where people are now limited in a lot of areas to 3 liters of water per person for everything a day. This is life-threatening in its own beyond the bomb. So today was the big hope. What we've heard in the last couple of hours is, in fact, that area near that border crossing has actually come under bombardment. So we remain a long way away from getting help to these children.
Lastly, I understand that UNICEF has also worked to keep operational the only desalination water plant in Gaza. What's the situation?
The situation with water has been critical. It's always difficult in Gaza because as you rightly say, Gabby, it's desalination plants. That's what they rely on, but they require fuel, and two of them have run out of fuel. They're down to one plant, and it's not even nearly able to pump enough water to people. So people would therefore rely on all sorts of other supplies that don't exist right now. As I say, hence they're down to this incredible 2 or 3 liters per person in a lot of areas. So hospitals need water. Families need water. A lot of families are bunkering down where they think might be safe. They're not going outdoors. They're running critically low on water, and they can't turn on a tap and access it. So from underground to above the skies, everything is lethal right now for those people in Gaza.
Lastly, James, what do you want to share with our international viewers that are following this conflict from here?
From UNICEF, a child is a child no matter where they are. It's abhorrent, mind-boggling what happened to those children over the weekend in Israel. It's heartbreaking. Everyone saw that, feels that. And right now, the same thing. A child is a child. Right now in Gaza, what those children are enduring. So for a non-political humanitarian organization like UNICEF, it's ceasefire. Let us reach these children. Let them get to places of safety, and let an organization like UNICEF and so many other brave organizations get them the help they require. But that needs the bombs to stop falling and us to be able to get in.